Hi, okay, so here we are on the third day of the 110 play challenge. And let's jump into the Euminides, right? So in the previous two videos, I did talk about, um, well, to make this video shorter, I'm not going to discuss, the background of the play. If you want to refer to, background information like the playwright or something, just look at the Agamemnon video or the Libation Bears video. And let's get started on Euminides. Okay, hold on one sec. So the plot. So although Orestes' actions were what Apollo had commanded him to do, he still committed matricide. Because of this, he's being tormented by the terrible Euminides who demand yet further blood vengeance. So let me talk about this. There's a Euminides, and Eumenides. That's the three names. Eumenides is the name that kind of praises him. Hold on, give me one sec. Let me look this up. I think it means the gracious ones. I'm pretty sure about that. Yeah. Erinys means gracious ones or kindly ones. Eumenides is the other name. It's like if you call them the Eumenides, you're taking their name in vain, kind of like God. And the Furies, it's like an English translation. So okay, back to the play. And by the way, these women are like goddesses, old goddesses, and I guess I'm pretty sure they rule over family. Hold on, this is important stuff. They're for vengeance, and they persecute. They're called infernal gods. This is all according to Wikipedia, and I trust Wikipedia with Greek mythology. This is cited. Okay. So yeah, they're deities of vengeance. Um. So Delphi, Orestes has been told by Apollo that he should go to Athens to seek the aid of Athena. And in Athens, she arranges for him to have a trial by Athenian citizens with herself presiding. So these Eumenides / Ares appears Orestes' accusers, and they're speaking in his defense. So the trial becomes basically a debate of vengeance, and the honor that is due to a mother compared to a father, and that respect should be paid to the Eumenides compared to the newer generation, such as Apollo and Athena. Anyway, after this trial, the jury is evenly split. Athena participates in the vote then, and she chooses for acquittal. because being born of no woman, she always thought to the man. Now, the thing you should know about Athena, she came out of Zeus's head. Go figure. She wasn't born of a woman. And Athena declares, Orestes acquitted. Despite the verdict, the Euminides / Euminides threatened to torment the Athenian citizens and poison the surrounding countryside. But Athena is like, let's be, why don't you guys just be protectors of justice? So she offers this to the Euminides. So rather, protectors of justice rather than vengeance. And she persuades them to break the cycle of violence. So it's up to them, these women, to end the cycle of violence. And this is how the cycle ends. This is how the tragedy ends. We started in medieval Greece with Agamemnon, with the Trojan War and Pelops' family coming down all the way, Agamemnon and Orestes, and as long as these women kill, there's going to be more and more violence. So Athena is like, just end the violence now. And she also tells them to bear in mind that she's the key to the storehouse where Zeus keeps the thunderbolts that defeated the other gods. So she kind of threatens them. And so these threats and these bribes kind of satisfy the Euminides. So they're now addressed as Semni, and that's the I looked that up. It's the God, I think it was the venerable ones. But yeah, and so the play ends. Who's the protagonist? Orestes is, because the play is about him, is he the central speaker? I would say the central speaker of the Furies, and Athena. The play starts with the priestess, actually, but she disappears after her monologue. Clytemnestra disappear, and she starts with the Furies. But it's mostly Athena's the judge, Apollo's defender Orestes, and Orestes is the protagonist. And the Furies is the antagonist who are involved in this play. Themes. There's the issue of right and wrong. So, is matricide right and wrong? Well, of course it's wrong. For that, in the case that there's infanticide, and is a woman's life worth less than a man's? Of course not in our day and age, but in their day and age, yes, a woman's life, a mother's life is worth less than a man's. So, this is all like anti-feminism. Looking at it now, I guess we'd be like, I don't know, you look at the world differently, at least as, I mean, hopefully most Americans do. The old gods and new gods, the whole thing about this conflict between gods and them having different values, and like, you listen to one god, you're defying another. It's just kind of outdoes polytheism, and I guess in our society, for a religious society, kind of with stronger value on monotheism, and the cycle of violence and justice is reoccurring throughout three plays, as is the anti-feminist. Although, I wouldn't say, I don't like the word anti-feminist. I'd say more gender studies. That applies to men and women. But having the chorus as the antagonist, the chorus is the voice of the people. And having them as the antagonists, really, especially at this point in play, questioning the protagonist and the central figure in the play and what this play is all about. And the religious figures, and you're supposed to take them seriously. Athena's decision also ties back to anti-feminism or gender studies. We see that although she's a woman being born of man, she sides with Orestes. That's the reason she does. So, weak feminine values, unlike the plays of Euripides, which I've read. So the positive, this translation, because the other ones I read were Fagles, this one's by Harrison. This isn't more Images translation, but it is, more, prose, I guess, in a sense. Negative. This plays more of a debate than action. It loses the elements of tragedy, as I discussed in the previous video, and it's kind of anti-feminist. So, my problems with the play. And, of course, the cast is kind of on the big side. So, unless you downsize the chorus, which it's not as effective. It's not as effective if you do. So, that's what I have to say about this play. Tomorrow I'll be moving on to Sophocles. Alright. Good night. Bye.